renewal agenda, our action plan on local government, and our unwavering solidarity with global progressive struggles demonstrate that the ANC continues to set the pace, inspire confidence, and chart the course of transformation. The roll call was not symbolic, but operational. Councillors have been instructed to report monthly on the 6 pillars of the local government action plan. Baseline reports from chief whips are now under review, and by November, the ANC will release a local government barometer measuring progress against manifesto commitments. Already, communities are beginning to feel the impact of this renewed focus. In Myra village, northwest, where residents reported no access to water, urgent intervention was coordinated involving the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, the Office of the Premier in the Northwest, Dr. Ruth Sekhomotsi Mumpati District, and Magali's Water. Through urgent action, repairs and collaboration between institutions, water supply was restored. This case demonstrates the commitment to unlock service delivery challenges, strengthen accountability, and restore dignity to communities. This is what we expect from public representatives deployed by the ANC. These achievements show that renewal is tangible, measured not in speeches but in roads fixed, taps flowing, lights switched on, and communities served. To this extent, in the coming days, the ANC will embark on an unannounced visits across the country to see firsthand the work being done to ensure service delivery in our communities. These visits will prioritize engagements with our people, will meet with communities first, listen to their concerns directly, and only thereafter will we engage councillors and leadership structures in those areas. This approach is a clear demonstration that the ANC's renewal is people-centered and that accountability begins with the community, and that our commitment is to restore dignity through direct action, not distant reports. The African National Congress is clear. Service delivery must be felt in every municipality, from the smallest village to our biggest metros, and in all state-owned enterprises. Our people deserve working roads, reliable water, proper housing, functioning electricity networks, and cities that restore dignity and hope. Guided by the outcomes of the councillor roll call and the president's marching orders, the ANC is acting decisively to unblock challenges, drive accountability, and ensure visible improvements across our metros. The progress already underway in Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni, and eThekwini is evidence that renewal is not a slogan, but a lived reality of change on the ground. In Johannesburg, roads are being rehabilitated. Waste collection is stabilizing. Housing upgrades are underway, and a clear plan to resolve water issues is being implemented. As we speak, there are a number of areas in and around Joburg that are witnessing shortage of water or cut of water supply because of infrastructure interventions that have been made to the reservoirs in order to restore water supply for the longer period and service to the different communities may it be in the suburbs or in our townships, this program is unfolding. We implore upon our deployees to communicate to our communities like we did with the load shedding, constant information flow to the communities and informing them about the interventions that have been made is very important in terms of the social contract between the people and government. Eguruleni water reticulation in Tembisa and Vosloorus is being upgraded, while long delayed title deeds are finally reaching our people. eThekwini, post-flood repairs are restoring infrastructure. Electricity networks are being improved, roads are being upgraded, and the city is once again reclaiming its place as the fun city, the playground for all South Africans to enjoy. We welcome Eskom's 16 billion after-tax profit, the first in 8 years, reflecting the turnaround of a once ailing utility, coupled with the synchronization of Kusile, Unit 6, and steady improvements in the energy availability factor. This is a milestone in restoring energy security. This achievement is testimony to years of disciplined work and the leadership of the Minister of Electricity, Dr. Kgosientso Ramokgopa, and his colleagues, but equally the board of Eskom and the management that have been employed at Eskom by the board. That collective work have produced these results. Less talk, more action. We acknowledge that challenges remain, particularly the continued implementation of load reduction in some communities, which has been a source of frustration and hardship for our people. The ANC supports the Minister and Eskom in their efforts to find lasting, equitable solutions that protect the grid while ensuring fairness in supply. Load reduction must be tackled with urgency, innovation, and sensitivity to the realities of poor households. Equally, the ANC is deeply concerned about the rising cost of electricity, which places a heavy burden on households and businesses alike. We support the Minister of Electricity, Eskom, and government in their engagements with the National Energy Regulator of South Africa, NERSA, to ensure that tariff increases are balanced, fair, and sensitive to the living conditions of ordinary South Africans. Energy reform must not only guarantee stability of supply, but also affordability, so that electricity becomes an enabler of growth and dignity, not a barrier to the development. Other SOEs are stabilizing, including Transnet, is addressing port congestion through the freight logistics roadmap. SAA has resumed regional routes, and Denel has secured contracts that retain critical engineering capacity. These are green shoots that are reflecting on the work that is being done practically as we speak. Recent Ipsos surveys confirm both the scale of the challenges and the opportunities before us. 22% of South Africans believe the country is moving in the right direction, but unemployment, crime, and corruption, and the rising cost of living dominate our concerns and resolve to overcome them. The ANC does not deny these realities. Rather, we confront them with a clear program to restore safety, create jobs, reduce household pressures, and intensify the fight against corruption. In this regard, the ANC reiterates its full support for the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, established to investigate serious allegations affecting the integrity of state institutions by the President of the Republic and of the ANC, Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa. The Commission is evidence of the ANC's fight against corruption and maladministration. We note that names of individuals may arise in testimony or submissions. We emphasize that all those mentioned will have the right to reply and the opportunity to clear their names in line with our constitutional values of fairness and justice. Equally, the SIU report on Tembisa Hospital has laid bare disturbing patterns of procurement irregularities and criminality. The ANC welcomes the work of the SIU in exposing these networks, which have siphoned the resources meant for the most vulnerable in our society. This demonstrates once again that our state institutions are working to uncover wrongdoing and hold perpetrators accountable. The ANC will continue to support law enforcement agencies and Parliament in ensuring that those implicated face the full might of the law. We support the arrests of anyone because no one is above the law, but equally of importance is the convictions. We state without hesitation, no member of the African National Congress has ever been given a mandate to be corrupt. Any member who engages in corruption stands alone, outside the traditions, values, and discipline of the ANC. Corruption is treason against the people. It robs the poor, undermines service delivery, and desecrates the sacrifices that gave birth to our democracy. As you would have witnessed in the recent past, no member of the ANC implicated in corrupt activities, allegedly so, appearing in court will be supported by members of the ANC in colors or anything of that sort. Members of the ANC who are facing allegations of corruption, they will step aside from their roles as individuals, including their membership to the African National Congress. There will be no support in T-shirt and ANC colors to any member who's facing these particular challenges. They must do so on their own and respect the standing of the African National Congress in society. And they must do so in their own name and right. The ANC position is unmistakable. We will never defend corruption. We will expose it, confront it, and defeat it. Even so, if today this statement is unbelievable in the broader society, we will work very hard to ensure that in the mindset of our people, this statement, through our deeds and actions, become a reality. Those who commit acts of corruption cannot hide behind the ANC, cannot drag our name into their crimes, and cannot claim legitimacy from the movement. The ANC will not sink with those who choose the path of corruption. Those who betray the people for personal gain will be isolated. If they are convicted, they will be disciplined and removed from our membership. Renewal means drawing a line. Those on the side of corruption place themselves outside the ANC. Our fight against corruption is not borrowed from anywhere. It is the ANC's own fight, guided by the policies and resolutions of our conferences. In government, this is implemented through consequence management, lifestyle audits, procurement reforms, and the strengthening of institutions such as the SIU and the NPA. Lifestyle audits begin with the executive. We have been updated that the executive, led by President Ramaphosa, have undertaken lifestyle audits for all cabinet ministers in government. The ANC as a party will follow suit in terms of lifestyle audits for all our members in different layers of leadership in our organization. And once that model of undertaking lifestyle audits and the appointment of credible institutions to undertake this mission, we will make it public that any leader of the ANC in a position of responsibility, not only those who are in government, will be subjected to this. We implore on government to make public the outcome of the lifestyle audits for cabinet ministers in government. And this must happen without any delay. We have been updated and informed by government and the president that this work has been undertaken and all ministers are subjecting themselves through government, through this lifestyle audits in government. When action is taken against wrongdoing, it is because the ANC has resolved that corruption must be rooted out whenever it hides whoever is implicated, whatever the cost. The ANC is unwavering in its commitment to a South Africa free of corruption, a country where public resources serve the people, not thieves, where government is an instrument of transformation, not personal enrichment, where accountability is the standard, not exception. The African National Congress emerges from yesterday's by-elections with renewed confidence and pride, having secured important victories in Ward 5, Elundini sub-region in Jo'qhabi region of the Eastern Cape, and Ward 10 in Greater Tshwane, Gauteng. We thank residents, voters, volunteers, activists, and supporters who stood firmly with the movement. These victories are not just electoral wins. They are proof that the ANC continues to live, continues to lead, and continues to inspire the confidence of our people. These victories are a mandate for us to intensify renewal, deepen accountability, and accelerate transformation agenda. The renewal of the ANC is not an abstract slogan. It is lived daily through the discipline of our comrades and cadreship and activists in general, the accountability of our councillors, and the active participation of our volunteers in communities. Across provinces and regions, the ANC is intensifying organizational work. Branches are reconnecting with the communities. Provincial and regional structures are driving programs of service, and activists are already on the ground ensuring that the ANC remains present in the daily struggles of our people. Already regional conferences have been successfully convened across our provinces, reflecting the vitality of our structures. In the Eastern Cape, the Chris Hani, O.R. Tambo, Alfred Nzo, and Jo'qhabi regions have completed their conferences, while Nelson Mandela and Dr. WB Khubusana regions are at an advanced stages. In Limpopo, all 5 regions, Sikukuni, Bembe, Norman Mashabane, Pitamukaba, and Waterberg, have convened their regional conferences. In Mpumalanga, both Ehlanzeni and Gersibande regions have completed their processes, their conferences as well, while Nkangala is finalizing preparations. And this will be our last regional conference in this province of Mpumalanga. In Gauteng, Ekurhuleni has successfully convened, while Johannesburg, Tshwane, and Sidibenga are ready to proceed pending dispute resolutions. These conferences are not merely organizational rituals. They are platforms of accountability, unity, and renewal. They reaffirm the strength of our democratic traditions inside the ANC, where branches and delegates shape the direction of the movement. Above all, the ANC is clear. Those who represent our people must embody the highest standards of service, loyalty, and humility. Renewal means placing the people at the center, never personal ambition. It is this discipline and selflessness that will once again inspire the confidence of our people and secure victory for the ANC. We will convene a special National Executive Committee meeting from this coming Saturday to Monday, October, at the Birchwood Hotel, OR Tambo Conference Center. This NEC will deliberate and resolve on critical matters, finalize guidelines on the list process. This is the process of selecting candidates for local government elections and key questions of economic development. These discussions are central to strengthening organizational renewal, ensuring integrity and accountability in candidate selection, and sharpening the ANC's response to the pressing economic challenges facing our people. We have just adopted the action plan that is now in motion on local government. As we will have reflected through Ipsos and other credible institutions in our country, the key question before all of us as citizens of our country is unemployment, crime, and the standard of living amongst our people. Therefore, we are going to also implement an action plan as the African National Congress to implore on our public representatives, in particular national government, to implement in terms of reversing the distress with regard to economic challenges facing our people. Our priority is to ensure that all the priorities we have identified in the January 8 statement and also in our manifesto are actually implemented decisively by our government. Economic reforms are important, and therefore we need to accelerate the pace with regard to this. And by Monday, when we finish, the President will deliver an economic action plan, like we did with local government, on what we are going to do as the ANC to address the economic situation in our country. We will, of course, improve on the selection of public representatives for local government. We need to do better going forward, based on our experience of the public representatives we have selected in the past and who are still serving at the present. But going into the future, what is it that we need to do to improve on credible public representatives to those that we have at the present moment, who most of them, without any doubt, are doing an important job at the local government level. The African National Congress continues to play its role as part of the global progressive movement. At the United Nations General Assembly, the President reaffirmed South Africa's principled positions on Palestine, economic sovereignty, and multilateralism. The ANC commends the courageous South African activists who have joined the global Samut flotilla, a powerful symbol of international solidarity with the Palestinian people. Their journey, which echoes our own struggle for freedom from apartheid, stands as a testament to our nation's enduring commitment to justice, human rights, and international law. We salute their principled stand, which reflects the values of the ANC and aligns with our government's historic action at the International Court of Justice against Israeli apartheid and genocide. The flotilla is not only a humanitarian mission, it is a vital, non-violent act of defiance against the illegal blockade of Gaza and a moral statement against the daily injustices and suffering imposed on the Palestinian people. The ANC calls on Israel to immediately desist from obstructing this humanitarian effort and to respect international law. We further call on the international community to provide protection and support to those on board who are now facing intimidation and unlawful threats from the Israeli Navy. Their courage should inspire us all to intensify the global campaign to end the occupation, lift the blockade, and secure freedom and dignity for the people of Palestine. The ANC is engaged in a solemn and dignified process of exhuming and repatriating the mortal remains of our combatants who fell in Angola during the difficult years of exile and armed struggle. This historic task is being carried out in partnership with liberation movements, the government of Angola, and the South African government to ensure that those who paid the ultimate price for our freedom are honored with dignity. It is more than a logistical exercise. It is a profound act of remembrance and justice. By bringing our heroes and heroines home, we preserve our shared history. We reconnect families with their loved ones, and we teach new generations about the sacrifices that underpin the democracy we enjoy today. The ANC regards this process